Hello again, YouTubers and Pokemon fans! For today's video, I'm going to show you guys the pre-release deck I assembled for my Steam Siege pre-release that you saw the opening for on Saturday, and kind of explained, fairly in brief I think, what I chose and why, and it kind of helped give you guys guidance as to how to build a pre-release deck of your own, in case something you haven't done before, or you just need some pointers. So, let's open up our box here and show you everything we've got. Of course my deck is in sleeves. Now the one thing I don't have here is the basic energies, because at the end of the pre-release we always have to turn those back in. But first of all, I don't know the best way to go about this. Let me just show you the deck and we'll go from there. But first and foremost, given the new pre-release format where you get the 23 card pack plus the 4 booster packs, usually whatever 2 types you get in that 23 card booster, that's generally going to be what you base your deck around, and then you just try to find additional support within your booster packs. So for my 23 card booster pack, as you may have seen in Saturday's video, we had water and fire, and that is what I based my deck on. So you can see here we've got 3 Oshawott, 2 Dewott, and 2 Samurott. I actually had all of those in that 23 card pack, plus a 4th Oshawott, but I decided to go with a 3-2-2 line instead of a 4-2-2. Personal preference, if you are short on basics, by all means run that 4th Oshawott if you have that same circumstance, but I decided not to. And I also decided to take out a different line. The 23 card pack also had a 2-1 Clawitzer line, the Clawitzer being the pre-release promo, and I got a third one, so I could have run 3 Clawitchers and 1 Clawitzer. But Clawitcher here, 2 coins, 10 for each heads. It could do 0 damage. Clawitzer, the ability, Mega Boost. Well, I was running a Mega Evolution Pokemon, so the ability did nothing for me. And Crabhammer doing 3 for 60 just wasn't good enough for me to want to have a 2-1 line of that in there and take up 3 spots in my deck when I had enough other playable options. So I did take out that line option from my deck. Then for the fire types here, we've got 3 Ponyta, I believe one of which I got in my booster packs. I could have been mistaken, but again, if you click the eye there, you can see exactly what I got in that 23 card pack. And then 2 Rapidash. So the bonus pack I had was either a 2-2 or a 3-2, and either way I ran them all. So Ponyta with Returning Flames puts 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So if late game you're short on energy and your opponent has at least 2 prizes left, you can use Returning Flames, have Ponyta be sacrificed if need be, and then have energy for other means. And Rapidash, for just 2 energy, can do 70 damage, but you do have to discard a fire energy, and you have to have fire for all the requirements. So running 2 types, it's sometimes hard to get 2 fire, and then when you gotta burn 1 via discard, it can be hard to get a 3rd one and a 4th one, and so on and so forth. So I think throughout the course of pre-release, I think I only attacked the Rapidash once, maybe twice, and that was both in the same game. I'm not going to do a full turn report for this one, but in round 1, I got Samurott up pretty early, and I was piking away and doing a lot of damage, and it was kind of my opponent to do much after that point. And late game, I actually got out my other main hitter as well in that same game, which I'll show you in a second here. We had a 2-1 Pyroar line from our 23 card booster as well. Litleo, not so great, does 30 for 2 energy, but if you get Tails it does nothing. Pyroar has Flame Charge for 60, and search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. So if you can have that out turn 2, you're in a great spot, so you can have 3 energy without having to attach the 3rd one and can start with the bench. Incinerate does 90, before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, which I don't remember if there's any tools in this set or not offhand. I don't think I had any, so that effect's not a big deal for pre-release means. But from our booster packs, we got the Pyroar Break as well. 160 HP, and Kaiser Tackle for 3 energy is 180, and he does 52 himself, but 180 in a pre-release, you're knocking out anything. I mean, if they got a Mega, props to them, but for all intents and purposes, you're basically going to knock out anything that your opponent throws at you with that Pyroar Break. I just gotta hope that they don't throw that Samurott at you and Pike for 180 because of weakness and knock out your Pyroar in 1 hit, which can happen, but I did get him out game 1 and did get to use Kaiser Tackle for my last prize of the game, which is pretty awesome. So those are the main 2 types I use, but I do have a couple extra Pokemon here. Dredigan, if the focus comes back here, Dredigan and Hoopa. Now, no, these don't match our types. Well, actually the Dredigan does. I almost didn't play the Dredigan, but then I realized, like, wait, it uses 2 types, but they're the 2 types we're using, fire and water. So definitely used him and the Hoopa. Usually in pre-releases, if I find basics that have over 100 HP, if I have the space, I'm running them, just because it's good to have a couple of walls that you can throw out there in pre-release. Either open the game up and stall a little bit while you get your bench set up with things you can attack with. You can make it hard for your opponent to get through. Or, you know, mid-game, if you just lost a big Pokemon, you have another thing powered up, you can throw one of these guys out there. Hopefully they can absorb at least 2 hits and buy you some time to get your next hitter set up and going. And they're not that bad either. Proud Feint only does 20 for 2 if they have a break in play, which I did once. So if my opponent was playing Dragon, they could have done 80, but 20 for 2 is not very good. 100 for 3 isn't bad, especially for a basic, especially in pre-release. If you get 2 tails on 2 coins, it does nothing. That'll happen 25% of the time. So if you get unlucky, it's going to be terrible. Most of the time, though, you're hitting for 100. Not too shabby, and like I said, it's mainly there to be a wall. Then the Hoopa, we didn't run any psychic energy, so we're not using Portal Strike. But Hyperspace Punch, not bad. 1 energy is doing 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can hit the basic for 20 and a bench for 20, or 2 bench Pokemon for 20. If they're running any, 40 hit point guys, 2 hits and you're knocking them out, and you can take multiple prizes in 1 turn at a time. So in conclusion there for the Pokemon, usually you don't want to go over 2 types, at least for energy requirements. You don't want to have to run more than 2 basic energy types. Otherwise it's going to be very hard to get what you need and get things powered up. But if you have big HP basics, regardless of the type, not bad to throw them in there. Even if he used all psychic energy, I probably still would have ran him just to have him as a 130 hit point basic Pokemon wall. But having an attack that can be utilized without having a certain energy requirement, all the more better. And then all the trainers we got here, I think we had from our 23 card pack as well. We got 2 Shaunas, shuffle your hand, draw 5. We got Tierno to draw 3. And then we've got 2 Great Balls, which helped us find our Pyroar and our evolutions and such as well. Professor's Letter helped us get some energy, and a switch, which I don't think I ever actually drew, so I never got to use. A couple of times I wouldn't mind using it to switch out a Hoopa, in particular before it got knocked out when it had like 120 damage on it, so 10 HP left. We'll let you switch on him to get my next hitter, but had to let Hoopa absorb hits until it got knocked out, then send out my next hitter. Let's quickly run through here again, everything we didn't use then. The main thing, the 2-1 Clawitzer, the 4th Oshawott I didn't play. Meowth was in the running, but just didn't have the space. Mainly just for the stall attack, which is only going to work well if you go second and you have Meowth in your opening hand. You can use this attack only if you go second, and only on your first turn, discard an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But even then, you still have to attach energy to the Meowth, so it just wasn't a very good option. We could have ran a 1-1-1 Chandelure line, but then we would have needed Psychic Energy. And the ability here is Sinister Selection. Just as a reminder, once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, discard the other card. Would have been terrible for pre-release, but trying to get a evolution lineup with just 1-1-1 line, not too unlikely that one of those cards is going to be in your prizes and you're never going to get the Chandelure out anyway, so wasn't worth it. 1-1 Braviary, decided against, and then so on and so forth. Spirit Links and stuff I wasn't going to run because I didn't have the Megas, but you get the idea. If I had a second Tangela, maybe I would have ran some Grass because I have some decent lines here, but nothing too powerful. 20 for 1 for a stage 1. I mean, nothing too good. I'm sorry the focus is kind of kicking out here, but hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to assemble a pre-release deck, given the new format where you get that 23 card bonus pack. But yeah, in conclusion, in short, see what 2 types you get in your bonus pack, use those 2 types, and then see what kind of additional support you can add on there. Basically, the only cards in here that I did not get in my 23 card pack would be my beefy basic walls, my Pyroar Break, and maybe one of the 3 Ponytas. Everything else I used came in that 23 card pack. And then I also ran, I think it was 8 fire and 7 water, which, like I said, I had to turn in at the end of the event, so I don't have here to confirm. And to decide what energy to use, I usually check out the highest evolution and then see what energy requirements there are. So I had 2 Samurots, so I said 1, 2, 3, 4 water for maximum power, and then I have a 3rd Oshawott, so there's 5 water requirements. For fire, we got 2 Rapidash, there's 4 fire, and then the highest evolution here, the Pyro uses 2 fire, so that's 6 fire. So 6 fire to 5 water, it basically told me I wanted to have slightly more fire than water, plus the fact that fire, my attacks with the Rapidash discard fire, all the reason you need the fire. Although the point can help you get them back if need be. But I went 8-7. I could have done 9-6. If I had one more spot for energy, I probably would have done 9 fire and 7 water. But hopefully you guys get the idea, and hopefully this is a decent enough little tutorial, if you will, on how to build a pre-release deck and the best ways to go about it. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it was of some sort of value to you. If it was, please subscribe if you aren't already. Rock smash that like button, helps show your support. Visit our website, thepokecapital.com, where pre-sales are now up for Steam Siege booster boxes, booster cases, elite trainer boxes, and single booster packs. I might, probably a low might, get singles on there as pre-order as well, but I'm actually going to be away the 3 days before the set releases, so it's going to be very hard for me to like get a bunch open in advance and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. If we get them up there, great. If we don't, we don't. But the sealed stuff is all there and good to go. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for some more Pokemon goodness.